Since delivering a speech at the Republican convention 4 years ago, Tiffany Trump's life has undergone significant changes. In the ever-watchful eye of one of America's most scrutinized families, she often stands out as the outlier, the black sheep. Yet it's precisely this distinction that makes Tiffany's narrative intriguing. While her siblings were raised in the bustling metropolis of New York by their father, Donald Trump, and his other wives, Tiffany spent her formative years in California with her mother, Marla Maples. This stark contrast in upbringing offers a unique window into the complexities of personal choice and divergent paths, allowing Tiffany to carve out an identity distinct from the overwhelming Trump brand. Join us as we delve into why Tiffany Trump is the black sheep of her family. Tiffany's early life. Tiffany Ariana Trump. Her name evokes the glamour of a high-end jewelry boutique and the ambition of New York's real estate scene. Born into opulence on October 13, 1993, in West Palm Beach, Florida, her arrival in the world was anything but ordinary. Her father, ever the astute businessman, chose her name as a nod to the renowned Tiffany & Company, intertwining her identity with a landmark deal that paved the way for Trump Tower's ascent in Manhattan. It's a backstory that seems plucked from the pages of a screenplay. However, Tiffany's debut was just the opening act of a grand spectacle. Before the ink could dry on her birth certificate, Donald, then married to Ivana, became entangled with Marla Maples, leading to a scandal that rocked the Trump empire. Despite Ivana attributing their split to this affair, Marla proceeded with her pregnancy, albeit to a lukewarm reception from Donald. Nevertheless, their union culminated in a lavish wedding at the Plaza Hotel, attended by a constellation of celebrities and paparazzi vying for a glimpse, an extravagant affair that set the stage for Tiffany's journey. Donald and Marla's marriage, though initially promising, eventually succumbed to the strains of their divergent lives. By 1997, after 4 years of matrimony, they called it quits, finalizing their divorce in 1999, when Tiffany was merely 6. Thus, the fairy tale ending eluded them. Post-divorce, Tiffany and her mother embarked on a new chapter, relocating to California and trading the bustling New York skyline for a more grounded existence. Determined to shield Tiffany from the glare of fame, Marla sought to provide her daughter with a semblance of normalcy, far removed from the Trump dynasty. In California, mother and daughter forged a bond amidst tennis matches and home-cooked meals, immersing themselves in a life reminiscent of Marla's rural Georgia upbringing. Despite the physical distance, Donald ensured Tiffany had access to quality education and opportunities. The day-to-day parenting fell squarely on Marla's shoulders. It's a tale as old as time. Money can't buy time. Yet, amidst the simplicity of their Californian haven, Tiffany discovered her own identity, distinct from the Trump legacy. While her bond with her mother flourished, Tiffany's relationship with her father followed a different trajectory. Limited to sporadic visits during holidays or trips to New York or Mar-a-Lago, Tiffany sought to weave her own narrative with Donald, devoid of external influences. Despite the challenges posed by distance, efforts were made to nurture their connection, including ferrying Tiffany to New York for occasional rendezvous with her father and stepmother, Melania. Amidst the complexities of family dynamics and fame, Tiffany endeavored to carve her own path, embracing the essence of Tiffany Ariana Trump Maples, a journey marked by gratitude for a childhood shielded from the spotlight's glare, courtesy of her mother's unwavering love and guidance. As Tiffany matured, she navigated the complexities of her familial ties with grace and resilience. Despite the physical distance separating her from her father, Tiffany's bond with him continued to evolve, shaped by occasional visits and heartfelt conversations. These moments, though sparse, provided glimpses into her father's world, offering insights into his character beyond the public persona. Yet Tiffany's journey was not without its challenges. Growing up in the shadow of a famous surname brought its own set of expectations and pressures. While her siblings embraced the spotlight, Tiffany often found herself grappling with the weight of her last name, striving to define herself on her own terms. In a family renowned for its business acumen and political prowess, Tiffany charted a different course, pursuing her passions with determination and authenticity. Despite her lineage, Tiffany remained steadfast in her pursuit of academic and professional excellence. Armed with a degree from the University of Pennsylvania and a passion for law, Tiffany embarked on a journey to carve out her own niche in the world. Along the way, she encountered both triumphs and setbacks, each experience shaping her into the resilient and tenacious individual she is today. In the face of scrutiny and criticism, Tiffany remained unwavering in her commitment to authenticity. Embracing her role as the black sheep of the family, Tiffany emerged as a symbol of individuality and strength, challenging stereotypes and defying expectations at every turn. Through her actions and accomplishments, Tiffany continues to inspire others to embrace their uniqueness and forge their own paths, regardless of the shadows cast by fame or fortune. As Tiffany's story continues to unfold, one thing remains clear: she is far more than the sum of her parts. With grace, determination, and unwavering resolve, Tiffany Trump has proven herself to be a force to be reckoned with, a true testament to the power of resilience, authenticity, and the pursuit of one's own truth. I was determined to establish a pattern of consistency in their interactions, especially regarding their controversial relationship with Secret Service agents. Within the narrative of the Trump presidency, one aspect that fascinated many was the intricate dynamics between family members and their protective detail, as detailed in Carol Leon's investigative work, Zero Fail: The Rise and Fall of the Secret Service. This account sheds light on the complex interactions within the corridors of power, focusing notably on Tiffany Trump and Vanessa Trump, the former spouse of Donald Trump Jr. Carol Leon, a highly respected journalist with a Pulitzer Prize to her name, offers a deep dive into these relationships through meticulous research. Her findings suggest that both Tiffany, the youngest offspring of the former president, and Vanessa formed unusually close bonds with the Secret Service agents assigned to their security. While these allegations, denied by Tiffany's representatives, hint at a blurring of professional lines that raised eyebrows within the Secret Service ranks, they garnered significant attention, with advanced copies of the book circulating in leading publications like The Guardian and The Washington Post prior to its public release. Leon's book highlights various incidents, including a reported romance between Vanessa Trump and a Secret Service agent, allegedly beginning around the time Vanessa sought a divorce from Donald Jr. in 2018. However, no disciplinary action was taken against the agent involved, as Vanessa was no longer under the agency's protection at that point. Yet the saga of the Trump family's interactions with their security detail doesn't end there. Tiffany Trump's close association with a Secret Service agent, particularly following a personal breakup, further complicates the narrative. This relationship, characterized by significant time spent together, raised concerns within the agency regarding the appropriateness of such closeness between a protectee and her protector. Although both parties denied any impropriety, the agent was eventually reassigned. In addition to recounting these episodes, Leon's work delves into the broader challenges and transformations within the Secret Service over the years, from its handling of high-profile assignments to the controversies that marred its reputation during the Obama and Trump administrations. Through her work, Leon not only chronicles the history of this pivotal agency, but also provides a lens through which to view the personal lives of those involved. Relationship with his secret agent. Rumors circulated suggesting that the relationship between father and daughter was strained. Unlike her siblings, who were raised on the East Coast, Tiffany forged a path of independence, often feeling distanced from the family unit. Their relationship faced numerous tests, exacerbated by their divergent lifestyles and miles apart. These challenges were magnified during her father's presidency. Post-inauguration in 2018, there were periods where Tiffany and her father barely exchanged a word, and their reunions at family gatherings were marked by discomfort for Tiffany, leaving her feeling out of place. Despite the persistent rumors of a rift, Tiffany was quick to dispel such notions. In her narrative, she emphasized that there was no insurmountable chasm between her and her father, debunking any speculation of discord. Distance, she insisted, did not strain their relationship. She spoke fondly of a father brimming with love and humor, painting a picture of familial support strong enough to rival the Brady Bunch. Tiffany's educational background reveals a diverse range of interests. In high school, she explored the arts, briefly venturing into the music scene with a single release. Despite its fleeting nature, she retained a passion for music, envisioning it as a potential centerpiece in her life. Continuing her academic pursuits, Tiffany followed in her family's footsteps to the University of Pennsylvania, immersing herself in the fields of sociology, law, and urban studies. Her academic journey was marked by triumphs, with a transcript so impressive that even her father couldn't help but express pride, lauding her stellar grades. Amidst her scholarly pursuits, Tiffany harbored ambitions in the world of fashion. As she navigated the hustle of academia, she also nurtured aspirations beyond the confines of traditional education, hinting at a multifaceted path ahead where intellect and creativity intersected. Tiffany's ambitions. Tiffany landed an internship at Vogue, a feat orchestrated by none other than her half-sister, Ivanka. This wasn't merely nepotism at play, it was strategic positioning in the glamorous realm of fashion. As if plucked from the pages of a young adult novel, Tiffany's aspirations extended far beyond this. Post-graduation, she ventured into the corporate world with a stint at Warby Parker, envisioning a future where fashion intersected with innovation. Yet Tiffany's ambitions didn't stop at the runways and retail counters. They soared towards the lofty ideals of justice and law. Enter Georgetown Law School, where she enrolled in 2017, immersing herself in the realms of tech, cybersecurity, national security, and criminal justice reform. Picture a student so dedicated yet so unassuming that her presence was marked only by the discreet company of Secret Service agents in lecture halls. Her peers, unfazed by her extraordinary circumstances, treated her as one of their own, a testament to her down-to-earth demeanor amidst extraordinary circumstances. Fast forward to 2020, and social media buzzed with congratulatory messages from both her proud parents. A heart of gold and a dedication to the greater good, her mother declared, while her father quipped about the family's new legal eagle, a blend of humor and pride that was hard to miss. Tiffany's narrative isn't just a tale of academic triumphs and familial accolades, it's also a chronicle of political engagement. Her father's first presidential bid wasn't just a campaign trail, it was her golden ticket to finally getting some quality time with the old man. Not in a cozy office setting, but amidst the chaotic buzz of rallies and speeches. Tiffany was all in for catching up on lost time, trying to understand the man behind the campaign. Given her dad's transition from the boardroom to the political arena, Tiffany didn't just make fleeting appearances. She took center stage at not one but two Republican national conventions. And she wasn't just there to sing her dad's praises, she spoke about bringing people together and crossing political lines. It was more than just support, it was active engagement in the political process. Resilience. It was an endorsement of a vision, a belief in the American dream's resilience. Now, here's a bit of a twist. Back in 2018, Tiffany threw a curveball by liking an anti-GOP post on Instagram. But it's not like she's always playing the rebel card. Come August, she's giving speeches at the Republican National Convention, calling out the press for, in her words, trying to mute the diversity of voices. According to her, if something doesn't line up with their narrative, it's either ignored or labeled as a lie. And she didn't stop there. She even took a jab at Trump's opponent, Joe Biden, accusing him of playing fast and loose with the truth, with her taking stands that both align with and buck against her father's political views. It's anybody's guess if she'll ever see eye to eye with her siblings. Yet, amidst the chaos of the 2020 campaign, her role felt more like a guest appearance than a lead. But let's talk about the real soap opera, family dynamics. Despite not growing up with her half-siblings, Tiffany wasn't left in the cold. Her mom made sure of that, instilling in her the importance of family bonds over bloodlines. Among the lot, Ivanka Trump shone as a beacon of support, doling out career advice like it was going out of style. Holidays were theirs to share, and their chats were as frequent as the stars, as Ivanka once shared, painting a picture of sisterly love that could make even the coldest hearts thaw. "She's my little sister. I've been riding shotgun on her journey through life since the day she was born, and honestly, I adore her." Now, let's wade into murkier waters. Did Ivanka and Don Jr. really scheme to cut Tiffany out of their father's will? The story goes that both Don Jr. and Ivanka had a word with their dad, trying to edge Tiffany out of the will. While the specifics of the Trump inheritance saga remain as elusive as a cat in a shadow, it's clear that the pie slices get thinner with each Trump offspring added to the mix. There was this moment back in 2005 when Donald Trump brought some shadows to light. When prodded about whether his older children get antsy with every new sibling, Donald spun a tale about a wealthy friend whose children were less than thrilled about their diminishing shares. It's a classic case of more mouths, less pie, he implied. And when the conversation took a nosedive into whether there was a plot to sideline Tiffany from the will, Donald's reply was a masterclass in deflection. Tiffany? Oh, she's a gem. My kids are all gems, really. This whole saga was quickly brushed aside, but whispers around the family hint that Tiffany might have to roll up her sleeves and battle it out for her share, especially when you compare her situation to that of Trump's oldest kids or even young Barron. Interestingly, Tiffany and Barron were the only ones not roped into the family business when transitions were being made. Diving deeper, Tiffany Trump's financial forecast might look a bit clouded. Despite Donald's claims of generosity, it turns out Tiffany's bank account isn't exactly bursting at the seams. Sure, her college tuition was covered and she had a roof over her head, but when it came to walking around money, the well was dry. There were whispers about her reaching out to Ivanka to broach the topic of a financial boost. The reality, as stark as it may be, is that Tiffany wasn't living the high life. And as for the inheritance waiting at the end of the rainbow, Tiffany is left in the dark, unsure of what, if anything, will come her way when the time comes. Inheritance saga. Tiffany dodged a bullet, quite literally. There's the saga of Tiffany being the family's unexpected underdog, avoiding the tangled messes of Trump's business affairs. It seems like a stroke of luck, doesn't it? Social media is buzzing with chatter about Tiffany finding herself in the clear, away from the legal nightmares her siblings are knee-deep in, thanks to the recent lawsuit drama. It's a peculiar twist of fate. Being the overlooked one suddenly pays off, making Tiffany the talk of the town for all the right reasons. With her siblings in the spotlight for less enviable reasons, it's Tiffany's moment to breathe a sigh of relief, quietly grateful for the shadows that have, this time, served her well. But wait, there's more. Amidst all the jokes and jabs about her dodging the family drama, there's a silver lining. Some folks are tipping their hats to Marla Maples, Tiffany's mom, for keeping her daughter at arm's length from the family feuds and frenzies. It seems like Marla's decision to give Tiffany a normal upbringing away from the chaos was a stroke of genius. Now Tiffany stands alone as the only adult Trump kid not caught in the crosshairs of controversy. And that, folks, is what they call a plot twist. So, here's the thing. Sometimes being the forgotten one, the black sheep, or the underdog can turn out to be your golden ticket. For Tiffany Trump, it meant steering clear of a storm that's caught everyone else in her family. And in a world where your last name can either be your shield or your Achilles heel, flying under the radar might just be the smartest move. As for Tiffany's personal milestones, they're as storybook as you can get, minus the media frenzy typically surrounding her kin. Her romance with Michael Boulos is a summer-loved turned lifetime partnership, sparked under the Grecian sun at none other than Lindsay Lohan's beach club. That's where Tiffany's eyes met Michael's for the first time. It's like something out of a romance novel, but with better scenery and probably more expensive cocktails. These lovebirds weren't about to shout their budding romance from the rooftops. No, they kept it hush-hush, as if their love was a delicate secret too precious to share with the world. But as the leaves turned golden and fell from the trees, Michael found himself breaking bread with Tiffany's family at the Thanksgiving table. By the time the new year rolled in, they decided to let the cat out of the bag and share their joy with the world. Fast forward to the early days of 2021. In a move that screams, "I'm not like other guys," Michael decides the White House Rose Garden is the perfect spot to pop the question. Yes, you heard that right. Amidst the manicured hedges and under the watchful eyes of history, he presents Tiffany with a diamond ring that could probably be seen from space, costing a cool $1.2 million. Talk about setting the bar high. As the clock ticked down on her father's tenure in office. Marriage. Tiffany took to Instagram to share the momentous occasion of her wedding. Her post was a mix of nostalgia, gratitude, and excitement for the future, a sweet farewell to a place that had been the backdrop to so many significant moments in her life, now capped off with her engagement. And where else would you host the wedding of the year but at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach? On November 12, 2022, it wasn't just a choice of convenience or luxury. It was a place brimming with personal significance. After all, Mar-a-Lago was Tiffany's childhood stomping ground, the place where her journey began. And as if pulled from the pages of a fairy tale, her father walked her down the aisle, culminating in a father-daughter dance that probably didn't leave a dry eye in the house. Is she really the black sheep? In the family, Tiffany Trump, once deemed the outlier of the Trump dynasty, is slowly emerging from the shadows, weaving her narrative into the fabric of her father's legacy. Despite not being front and center in the Trump political saga, overshadowed by the likes of Ivanka, Tiffany is inching closer to the limelight. Her involvement has seen a steady climb since 2016, marking her as a figure to watch within the Trump ensemble. The question on everyone's lips is, will Tiffany carve out a role within the Trump empire, brandishing her law degree as her weapon of choice? Or will she continue to dance to the beat of her own drum, defying expectations? What are your thoughts? Drop a comment below and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.